Dear students, in this video, we are going to check about exception handling. So it's a little bit introduction about exception handling. What are exceptions and what are the basic ways to handle an exception. So let's see what are the exceptions. You can have many type of errors in your program. So most commonly we have two types of errors, logical error or syntactic error. So we can overcome with these type of errors by looking our program again and again. For example, when you run your program, compiler itself give you tell you about syntactical error, and then you can correct those errors. Then about logical error, if you don't get the desired output, you can recheck your code again and again, and somehow you find that what type of error you did in your program. But there are some problems we come across other than logical or syntax errors. These are called exceptions, or these are called runtime errors or exceptions. For example, sometimes you have seen that when you run your program, it shows you have to break your program. It shows low disk space or division by 0. You cannot divide by 0. Or if you want to access array outside its bound, for example, array size is 10 and you want to access that outside its bounds. So this type of problems are known as exceptions in C++. And we can handle these exceptions, and this is useful for processing problems that occur when a program interacts with software elements such as member function, constructor, destructors and classes. So yes, we can handle these exceptions also. How to handle these exceptions and what are the exceptions? We are going to introduce exceptions in these lectures, and in later lectures we'll discuss it in more detail. So actually exceptions are two types, synchronous exception and asynchronous exception. So C++ exception handling is designed to support only synchronous exceptions. The term synchronous exception means the exception can be originated only from throw expression. What are throw expression? That we will discuss. The C++ support synchronous exception handling with the termination model. Termination means that once exception is thrown, control never return to the particular point where exception occurs. So means you throw the exception and then terminate that particular statement. So synchronous exceptions, what are synchronous exception and asynchronous exception? Synchronous means out of range array, arithmetic overflow, that is a value outside the representable range of value. For example, you declare something as integer but its size is more than that integer, you cannot declare it. Division by 0, function parameter is invalid, or unsuccessfully memory allocation due to lack of memory. If you don't have free memory and you are allocating that memory. So these are called synchronous. Asynchronous exception means disk input output completion, your network message arrival, some program control, some mouse click event which occurs with parallel in the program control. So you cannot handle these type of exception. Only synchronous exceptions can be handled in C++. So we are going to discuss how to handle these synchronous exceptions. So first thing is, these are the steps, you can say steps to handle the exceptions. Finding the problem. First thing is, you should find that where problem can occur in your program, where an exception can occur, or which can be an erroneous statement. Then inform an error is occur. This is called throw an exception. Then once you find that this particular statement may be an erroneous statement, you should throw that statement. And once you are throwing something, you should receive error information. Receive error information means when you are throwing the error, then you should have some catch. You should catch that error somewhere in your program. So you should receive the information. So throw and catch, and hit try. Try where can be, so there are three things: try, through and catch. Try means find out where can be the problem, and when you are trying it, you should throw if there is a problem, and once you throw through your program, inside your program, you should have something to catch that error. So, and then correct it means you should handle the exception. In many cases, this allows a program to continue executing as if no problem had been encountered. If enables it enables you to write fault tolerant program that can deal with problems that may rise and continue executing or terminating gracefully. Means you need not to break your program again and again. If it is terminating, if it is means it cannot be performed, then it will means like end your program gracefully. You should not break it again and again. So there are three things, three keywords. Basically try, through and catch are keywords. So I forgot to make them blue, but these are keywords, try, through and catch. So with these three keywords, you can write an error exception free program. You can say you can handle exceptions. A try block identifies a block of code for which particular exception will be activated. So where the program statement where you think that exception may occur, you should write a try block for that. And it is followed by one or more catch block. So there should be one or more catch block. And throw is a program throw an exception. If exception occur, program throw an exception when a problem shows up. This is done using a throw keyword. So catch, a program catches once it is thrown. Program catches an exception with an exception handler at a place in program where you want to handle the problem. Means you have to write an exception handler inside the catch block. The catch keyword indicates the catching of an exception. So once you will try your code, you will find out that which code may be erroneous. If it is an error, you will throw it. Then by catch code, it will be catched. So central characteristic of exception handling. If your program explicitly throw an exception, it should do so before the error has an opportunity to occur. After error occurring, you should not throw. Before occurring that, before, it means if you identify that which statement is an erroneous statement, before execution of that statement, you should write a throw statement. In general, when an exception is thrown within a try block, the exception is caught by catch handler. So catch handler code for handling exception is included in catch block. A catch block looks like a function definition and is of the form catch, type argument, statement, or for managing exception. Here you can write how you will manage your exception. So this type indicate the type of exception that catch block handles. So here when we write type argument, it will indicate type of exception which catch block handle. The parameter argument is an optional parameter name. So it is a parameter name. You could give any parameter name here. The catch statement catches an exception whose type matches with the type of catch argument. So the type, if this type, the exception you throw, the type of that exception meet with this type of argument, then catch block catch that exception. So when we will write the code, things will be more clear to you. So when it is caught, the code in the catch block is executed. When catch block catch the exception, the code whatever you write inside catch block will be executed. If parameter in the catch statement is named, then the parameter can be used the exception handling code. So you can write that parameter also, that we'll see. After executing the handler, the control goes to the statement immediately following in the catch block. So once catch block handle, control goes the statement immediately following that catch block. So now let's write a simple code just to show you how this try, catch and throw work. So I am taking an example of exception that is called division by 0. So actually there are some defined exceptions also in C++. Those are included in exception class. For this particular exception, we need not to include the exception class, but later on we will discuss some more exceptions. For them we will include that exception class also. So let's check with division by 0. So let's take three integers. Let's say integers are x, y and z, and let's input x and y. Input x and y. So let's say I input x, input y, okay, and let's say z, okay, I forgot semicolon here, and let's say z is equal to, what is z? Z is equal to x upon y, and let's say cout z. Cout Z. Fine. Now let's run the program. So it's quite simple. We have three integers. Third one is the division of 1 and 2. So let value of x is 6, value of y is 3. So far we didn't enter any wrong value. Program will run correctly. Now let's say I say x is 3 but y is 0. And we all know that division by 0 is not possible. So it means an exception will occur. Just a minute. An exception will occur and we have to break our program. And exception clearly says unhandled exception, integer division by 0. So we have to break our program now. Okay. So once we break our program, so what to do with this type of exception? So it means, just a minute, it will take some time. Okay, so I think it's problem with this project. Oh my god. Okay, so now we know that problem is with this line. X up on y, this may be an erroneous statement in some cases when y is 0. So we will write our try block before here. So first what we say, try, and what should not be, if it will try x upon y, then exception will occur already. So what I said, that you should throw the exception before error occur. So what we say, if y is not equal to 0, if y is not equal to 0, then you should say z is equal to x upon y and you should print the value of z. So if z is not equal to y, then we will print y is not equal to 0, then z upon y is perfectly fine, and then we are doing this. Else, if y is 0, it means if y is equal to 0, we will throw an exception. So let's say throw an exception, and what will be the exception? And let's write it, division by 0. Okay, so this is the type of exception. This is a string or character array, whatever you can say, this is the type of exception. And once we throw an exception, okay, we should have a catch block to handle this exception. Catch, and I told you that there should be some type or some type of argument. So what is this? This is an array. This is a constant character array. So this type of, we have to write this type of exception, constant char, and let's give some name to this type. So now this will be a constant character type exception. So now I can use directly this name E. This will print division by 0, or you could write whatever you want. For example, I could write here, before printing this, I could print exception occurs. And what is this exception? That is division by 0. That will be printed. So let's run it now. So when we run it, what happens? Oh my god. Okay, linking error, because 2 times it has break it, and this is the problem with my laptop. Just wait. So now let's check it. Let's run it. I write try, catch, everything here. So now when we run it, see, it will ask for the input. Let's say x is 4 and y is 0. So now it will not break your program. Exception occurs, division by 0. So this is my way of handling exceptions. You can handle in some other way also. So this is how this is simply, I want to tell you that this is the type of exception. For example, if I write here simple 1, so it will be type integer. So you should write int here. Okay, it depends on you. You write whether like you write name or not. Division by 0. So now when we will run it, let's say 4 0, exception occurs, division by 0. So this was a basic introduction about exception handling. So this was our way. Whatever you write here, this is the type. So this type should match to the catch block. When I write here constant character value, I write that value. If I give some name to that type, for example, we declare some like integer variable and we give some name like I did in case of constant character. So we can write that name here. Now you may think that it should not be stopped. Then you can handle your exception here. You can write something else. For example, if you want to try again, enter y again, enter again value of y, and let's see in y here. Let's you see in y here, and but that particular what happened here? Okay, I forgot semicolon here. So when you see in y here, then again somebody may enter y 0. So it means you want to go to that try block again. So you could write a loop, while loop. There are so many ways you know how to handle it, or simply you can write a label. Let's say my label name is X and I start this label before try again. So let's check it works or not. So let's say 4 and 0. Yes, exception occurs, division by 0. If I want to try it again, enter value of y again. Let's say now value of y is 2. So z will be 2. So there are so many ways how you can handle these exceptions. It's totally up to you. Now you may think that why we are doing try, catch and through, why we are writing these keywords. We could simply handle this exception division by 0 by if and else. If b is not equal to 0, then do it, else not do it. These type of things may come into mind. So first thing is that this is the C++ mechanism to handle the exception. This is the way C++ always handle exceptions, using try, catch and through. And because it's a very small example, it's a very easy example, so that you can handle it with if and else. Otherwise, when we come for the complex problems, we will be discussing some problems in next videos. So then you may realize that handling them with if and else is a complex process, and try through is the actual process how to handle them. So see you in the next video about exception handling. Till then you should learn about how to handle these exceptions.